Let's talk about how to prevent cyberbullying and make Memorial Middle School a safe place for all students. First of all, what is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is using harmful or negative words when communicating online. This can be mean or hurtful comments on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, or any sort of messaging app. It's important to know the difference between cyberbullying and a conflict online, just as it's important to know the difference between bullying and a conflict in school. Remember, cyberbullying has to be repetitive and the playing field can't be even. Here are some things to watch out for. Any signs of exclusion, harassment, outing, cyberstalking, frapping, fake profiles, dissing, trickery, trolling, or catfishing. When students come to you with any reports of these things happening to them, you can be sure that cyberbullying is occurring. Here are some main consequences of cyberbullying. In a study of upwards of 2,000 middle school students, it revealed that cyberbullying victims were nearly twice as likely to attempt suicide compared to students not targeted with online abuse. This number is astounding. 2 times as likely to commit suicide. Students can also become depressed, skip school, get bad grades, have bad health, become a bully themselves, or just give up on life. Making sure that students feel safe at home and at school is key. Cyberbullying spreads like a virus. Students continue to bully when they see others doing the same thing. Some key court cases to think about as we move forward. As of 2015, 49 out of 50 states have created anti-bullying legislation. First case that comes up is Tinker vs. Des Moines. This case in 1969 was mainly about free speech. It sets the precedent for all free speech cases today. The students were expelled for wearing black armbands to protest the Vietnam War. This was not considered a breach of discipline, and they were not to be expelled because they were not doing anything that was a potential threat or substantial disruption to the school environment. JS versus Bethlehem area in 2000 is a court case about off-campus bullying. When students are off campus, they should be just as safe as when they're on campus. Schools can take their own policies about how to handle bullying on or off campus. Kowalski versus Berkeley County. Free speech versus bullying. The Kowalski thought she was allowed to say whatever she wanted on the internet due to free speech. However, it was proven that she was targeting another student, making it a bullying situation. Free speech is not part of bullying. Emmett versus Kent School District. The district could not prove a threat, therefore, they could not suspend a student for having a website about other students. JS versus Blue Mountain School District. Students cannot be suspended if the speech causes no substantial disruption, similar to Emmett versus Kent School. Zeno versus Pine Plains Central School. The school did not do enough to combat bullying. The student was bullied based on race and appearance, and the school did not stand up for him. Here are some facts to take in. 64% of victims who receive an aggressive instant message say they know the person. Nearly 1 in 6, or 15%, of online teens said they had experienced unwanted forwarding of private communications that they had had. Bullies often target victims with disabilities or mental illness. Girls are more likely than boys to be both victims and perpetrators. From a poll of 20,000, 70% of school students said that someone had spread rumors about them online. 83% of young people believe social media companies should be doing more to tackle cyberbullying on their platforms. Based on this information, I would assume that a lot of young people think the school should be doing more to combat cyberbullying as well. Some interesting data. The percentage of schools with principals reporting occasional cyberbullying increased from 45% to 54%. Schools that did not allow their students to use cell phones had reported higher rates of daily and weekly cyberbullying than schools that did allow cell phone use. So how can we combat cyberbullying? Let's first start by debunking some misperceptions about digital behavior. Students believe they are anonymous online, and they believe that their words can be deleted forever. We need to show them that they leave a footprint when they are online. Their words matter even if they're behind a screen, and nothing can be erased forever. Building empathy and understanding. Students need to be able to understand and feel what others may be going through. The more we work on empathy, the more likely cyberbullying is to stop. Teaching online safety skills. Many students and even teachers have unsafe passwords, give out too much information on the internet, and trust too easily. You need to make sure that our students know that their password needs to be difficult enough to not easily be guessed by a friend. They need to have appropriate privacy settings on all social media apps, and their goal shouldn't be to be Instagram famous. We need to teach these students how to stay safe and secure. If you don't know the person in real life, you should not be their friend on social media. Our final strategy is to equip young people with strategies to reject digital abuse in their lives, such as empowering students to use the block button, to take screenshots of inappropriate or rude comments to share with a trusted adult or administrator, and preparing for the real world. Here are some tips to share with our students. Let them know that it's safe to report all cyberbullying to schools. Let them know it's key to collect evidence. Talk to them about how they can report inappropriate behavior to the app or website. Let them know if they can't talk to someone at school, that they should talk to an adult that they trust. Teach our students how to demonstrate care along with empathy. Teach our students that it's key to work together to stop cyberbullying. Remind our students not to be bystanders, but to stand up for the underdog and to let others know it's not appropriate to continue cyberbullying. Remind our students not to encourage negative behavior by laughing or encouraging the student to continue bullying. Remind them again to stay safe, have appropriate privacy and passwords. And remind them that we aren't going to give up, and neither should they. Cyberbullying has to end. Hate speech must end, and we need to put a stop to it. All school policies should give specific definitions of what harassment, intimidation, and bullying, including electronic variants, looks like. We should have graduated consequences and remedial actions. There needs to be an easy procedure for reporting and good procedures for investigating. Our language must specify if a student's off-campus speech or behavior results in substantial disruption of the learning environment or infringes on the rights of others, that student can be disciplined, even though they were off campus. And finally, we need to work on teaching procedures that prevent cyberbullying. Memorial Mustangs, we know that bullying consists of unwanted, repeated physical, verbal, nonverbal, written, or electronic, or any conduct directed toward a student that involves an imbalance of power and is severe and objectively offensive. That is, has the purpose of creating or resulting in an intimidating, hostile, or offensive academic environment, or has the purpose or effect of substantially or unreasonably interfering with the student's academic performance, which deprives the student's access to educational opportunities. We're doing a great job by incorporating the OVEUS anti-bullying program. However, we need to continue to work on teaching our students how to be good digital citizens along with how to be anti-bullies. Some ideas for that is to have cyberbullying sections along with in-person bullying. If we take a look at schools today, in-person bullying is happening significantly less, and cyberbullying is happening significantly more. We need to make sure that our bully reports are being monitored and taken care of. When students log on to the blogspot and access the bully report, they should be sure that what they report will stay confidential and will be taken care of, regardless of if we believe that it's a bullying situation or not. If a student feels unsafe, it is our job as a staff to do whatever it takes to make them feel safe. Mustangs, Let's get out there and teach our students how to be good digital citizens and how to be kind, empathetic human beings that stand up against cyberbullying.